Hello and welcome. Let's talk about accessing and navigating the University of Pittsburgh scholarship database PittFundsMe. To begin, you'll log into your MyPitt. You'll see a number of icons on the page, including anything that you have favorited or accessed recently. But if you do not have the PittFundsMe icon, you can search in the top. Be sure when you're searching that you do not put any spaces in your search, or it will not return the icon for the PittFundsMe system. So you search PittFundsMe at the top, you should be prompted with the PittFundsMe icon, which you can click on and it'll take you into our database. The first time you log into the system, you'll be prompted with a privacy policy and a welcome page. As you click through those, it will take you directly to the questions page. After you've logged in at least once, every time you log in the future will take you to this student dashboard, the home page for your PittFundsMe. The dashboard will show you a few different things, including the school scholarships that you qualify for, the non-Pitt outside scholarships that you qualify for, and any questions that you need to update. Different questions have to be answered at different times of the year. There may be questions that have to be answered once per semester, and if that's the case, the system will prompt you when you have a question that you need to update. Some questions only need to be answered once, and some questions have to be answered once per year. It just depends on the type of question and the information that it's collecting. As we slide over to the right, you'll see your scholarship opportunities. Within the entire scholarship universe, you can see that we currently have open 993 scholarships. This includes Pitt and non-Pitt scholarships. In the system, we have over 15,000 external scholarships, but they're available year-round, and they're available on varying timelines. So while only 993 are open right now, there will be thousands more open at different times throughout the year. All external scholarships have been fully vetted for legitimacy, so that you can be confident that any scholarship within the PittFundsMe system is good and safe for you to apply to. As you slide down, again, you will see in your university the number of scholarships that you are eligible for. On the right side, we have our Actions Required tab. This is going to keep track of a few different things for you each time you log into the system. Right now, you can see that I have an application status required. That means I clicked on an external scholarship and we'd like to know what you did. Did you apply? Did you not apply? Or are you going to apply? We're trying to keep track of our external scholarship data. The other thing that this is keeping track of right now is our matched scholarships that are expiring. I'm currently matching to 6 scholarships that are expiring within the next 2 weeks, as you can see here. If I take action on that, it will take me to my scholarships page to apply to those scholarships. So if my deadline is coming up, I will be alerted that those scholarships are expiring soon. At the top of the page, you have the bar that's reminding you that you have more questions to answer. The more questions that you answer, the more scholarships that you can be matched to. We'll come down on the left side of the page to the Questions tab. And you can see here on this page, questions that have been answered previously that need to be updated or can be updated. They may not have changed and they don't need to be edited, but you can always click the edit button down the right side if you need to update any of the options on the page. At the top of the page, you'll have matches and opportunity. These are the number of scholarship matches and the estimated dollar amount of those matches. These will be tracked in real time as you answer more questions. These numbers will update to show you how many scholarships and how much opportunity you potentially have. We recommend logging into the PittFundsMe system at least once per semester to update your information and confirm if anything has changed. You'll also find new opportunities throughout the year, so the more often that you log into the system, the more often you can maximize your opportunity to find new scholarships. We click on Answer More Questions, and it will take us to the questions that need to be answered. Keep in mind that many of these questions are answered by PeopleSoft Student Information System data. A lot of information has been provided to us already by students through their application for admission, and we import that system into the database for you so that you don't have to answer a lot of questions that you've already told us. A lot of times we hear from students that their information in PittFundsMe is wrong or they can't update their information. And that's likely because information has been imported from PeopleSoft. And I will give you an example of that in a little bit. So after we clicked on the Answer More Questions button, we get to the first page of questions. These questions are things that we don't already know about you or we would like to confirm about you. The Pitt questions are prioritized. So the questions tied to Pitt scholarships should be asked of you first. Also, the most important questions are going to be asked first. So questions that are tied to the most scholarships will be asked early on in the page. This header right here that says University of Pittsburgh Scholarship Questions, that will tell you that you're answering questions tied to Pitt scholarships. If you do not see that header, it means you're answering questions tied to external scholarships. A lot of times we also hear from students, in particular incoming freshmen, that they can't answer a question, they don't know the answer. For example, this question, you might not know if you're interested in studying in a study abroad program. You can always say NA, or you can say no and change your answer later. At the bottom of the page, you also have the option to skip a page if you don't know the answers to those questions at this time. Questions are also going to be filtered based on your major and the campus of the University of Pittsburgh that you're enrolled at. Depending on your answers to those questions that will be answered for you from our PeopleSoft data, you shouldn't have to answer questions that are not going to be relevant to you. You do not have to answer all of the questions, but we do recommend that you answer as many as possible because the more questions that you answer, the more scholarships that we can match you to, both at Pitt and externally. We'll slide down again on the left side to our scholarships tab. The first page is our matches. These are the scholarships that we're eligible for. This is the most important part of the system. What scholarships am I eligible for? You can see here that I'm eligible for this Pitt scholarship through the Office of Admissions and Financial Aid. Our default sort option is school scholarships first. So Pitt scholarships will always be at the top of your list. However, you can resort this list if you'd like to, and you can also filter to search for specific scholarships. So our Pitt scholarship is first, and all of our external scholarships are listed underneath. If I click apply, it will take me to the application to apply for this scholarship. For an external scholarship, if I click apply, it's going to give me a prompt that says you're now going to be navigated to an external website to apply to this scholarship. If you'd like to be sent to that website, click OK. The view button will show you the description and the details of the scholarship. You want to take a second and describe types of scholarships. Pitt scholarships that require an application, such as the one that you see at the top of the screen, these are the scholarships that you will see in PittFund's Me. An application could be a variety of things, including a multiple choice or a short essay or upload a resume, but only application scholarships will be seen here. If a scholarship does not require an application, you will not see it on this page. And that's because no additional information is needed from you. By answering the questions on the Questions tab, you have provided all of the information that we need to evaluate you for scholarships. So you will not see a lot of scholarships in this system, but that does not mean that you're not eligible for them. Continue to answer questions to make sure that you confirm your eligibility for as many scholarships as possible. You'll also have a little pin button here. You can pin scholarships if you'd like to save it for later. And there's also the Not Interested button, which will direct scholarships to your Pinned tab to save for later, or your Not Interested tab so that you can get them out of your view if you'd like to review other things. The Partial Matches tab will show you scholarships that you're almost eligible for, but you haven't answered enough questions yet to confirm your eligibility. For example, this scholarship at the top of the page, I'll click on View and it's going to show me the description and the criteria of this scholarship. So I can now see the description and I can see down below that I am a partial match for this scholarship. I am matching to every question of this scholarship except for this one here. So if I click the pencil to edit this question, I'll now be able to answer the question about indicating my ROTC affiliation so that I can confirm my eligibility for this scholarship. So I can say that I have no affiliation. I will return back to the scholarship page. And now I am not matching to this scholarship because I did not meet the criteria. I'd also like to quickly show you that I mentioned earlier that questions that are answered by PeopleSoft, if I wanted to change my grade level, it's going to take me to a blank page. I would not be able to update this information because the question has been answered for me by the PeopleSoft import. So there's nothing I need to do here, so it cannot be changed. If we go back to scholarships and we want to look at the applications submitted page, you can see any application scholarships that you've submitted that are still open and any scholarships that you are not matching to. And again, as we slide down the left side, we'll get to our Applications tab. We can see if I have started an application, I can exit and I can come back to it later. I can click Continue on this application to continue this application. And I can also see the applications that I have submitted. Just continue to slide down the left side. On my awards page, I'll be able to see if I have any actions required by myself to accept an award, or if I've been awarded any scholarships to this point. My Documents allows me to upload documents to maintain information such as a resume or a transcript, or for example, a recommendation letter. The feedback page, this feedback is actually going to be sent to the software company that manages the PittFund's Me database. This information will not be sent to the University of Pittsburgh. If you have any questions about the University of Pittsburgh Scholarship Database PittFunds Me, please contact financial aid specifically for questions by emailing finaid@pitt.edu or by calling 412-624-7488.